it's Rebecca, and today we're going to be opening up another brand new doll that just released this month. I finally got my hands on one of the Mirror Me dolls, and if you know anything or follow any of the community posts that I've made, I have been searching for these and finally was able to find one. These dolls released on July 1st, 2026, and they did not release quietly. I was on the website at, I believe, 9:07 or something PST, and they released it 9 a.m. PST, and they sold out by 9:02. So even though I was a little late, there was no chance of me getting one. I think probably a week or two later, I got an email saying that they were being restocked and things like that, and I missed out on buying them again, which was unfortunate. So I gave up on trying to buy it from the MGA website, and I said, you know what, I'll just be patient. I don't need it day one, but I do want to get one eventually. So I ended up just looking on Walmart.com and ended up finding one, which I was surprised this was the only character that they were selling, but it was retail price. I think it was like a few cents under, because I think I paid $29.96 and these dolls retail for $29.99. So I can't really complain that it was just like a little bit cheaper, but I waited patiently. I got her. She's here. I'm very happy that she's here. The doll that I really wanted was Luna Skye. I do like the other designs, but I'm not really sure which one I would get next. But let's take a look at the box. It's a rectangular shape with multiple sections of holographic patterns. We have on the left side this holographic angular line. The Mirror Me logo is holographic, and it's kind of this rainbowy color. And then at the top, which is a little hard to see on the camera, you have an image of the doll that's also this holographic rainbow color. In the top left-hand corner, it says, "Watch us on YouTube." I believe they're planning to release a show. I don't really know much information about that, unfortunately, right now, but that doesn't surprise me. Rainbow High, which is also made by MGA, who makes these dolls, did have a show, and they still have an ongoing show. So in the middle, you can see the doll, and in the top right-hand corner, it says Luna Skye, which I believe is probably like her character font or something like that. This character is Luna Skye, and then on the right-hand side, you can see all of the accessories she comes with. Taking a look at the back of the box, you are greeted with this absolutely gorgeous artwork of Luna Skye. My favorite thing about these dolls right now is the promotional artwork. It's beyond gorgeous, and I love the direction that they took with it. It's incredibly detailed, and it looks so realistic while still being artistic at the same time, if that makes any sense. Taking a look at the top right-hand corner, you can see the Mirror Me logo followed by some text that says, "Feelings change and auras shift, but with friendship that totally gets you, you can shine in every mood." Underneath the text, you have a little About Me section about Luna Skye. Her emotion is dreamy because every doll is based off of an emotion. Her nickname is Glow Girly. Her aura is Head in the Clouds with 3 Z's. She likes dream journaling and lavender mooncakes. And her fave lyric is in Spanish. It says, "Sueña conmigo, dream with me." And underneath that, you just have an image of all the other dolls. I don't particularly remember all of their names, but they each have an emotion that represents them too. I'm not really sure which one I would want to get next. I think probably her or her, because I've seen some people unbox her, and she's just so gorgeous looking in person. So I've heard from other reviewers that the doll is a little bit difficult to get out of the box. I've been having some really good luck with the Mattel dolls that I've been opening recently, so I think I'm going to try to open it up from the bottom and see what happens. But I think I'm going to have to go all the way around just because of the way the box is sealed and taped up. So bear with me, this might take a while. doll packaging is it is the opposite of minimalistic. This is what the doll was attached to. I mean, this itself is gorgeous, and I feel bad that I'm gonna throw it out because I don't really have a use for it. But I mean, you could technically use it as like a back piece for if you're gonna display her on your shelf or something like that, because I kept it pretty intact. I feel like I did a decent job, honestly. And so for $29.99, this is everything you get. You get an absolutely gorgeous doll with 4 accessories. And they really didn't skimp out on the details at all. I mean, this purse itself has an actual chain instead of a plastic strap. My biggest complaint is that it took me almost 10 minutes to get her out of the box. And I know I was trying to not make a huge mess, but at the end you can kind of just tell I just started ripping the box apart because it's not like I'm going to keep it, I'm going to recycle it. But there are some people that like to keep their boxes intact, and unfortunately I had a really hard time trying to figure out how to keep the box intact while making sure I didn't damage the doll. I saw someone on TikTok the other day say that they made a mistake and they were cutting a little too close to the doll and they scraped off the paint. So I was trying to be really, really careful with that. Taking a look at her head, the first thing you notice is that her hair is curled at the end and it is multiple different colors. You can see that she has some purple, some lavender, some mint green, and a mix between like sky blue and indigo, because it's not really a dark blue, but it's got some kind of purple tints in it. And you can see where she was held in the box. There's definitely some little tags that I need to trim up. The curls have a hard gel on them, but the rest of her hair is very smooth. So I'm okay with the curls being gelled. Her hair's in a half up, half down, and she has 2 little curls on the side, and she has some pieces that come down that are longer than the other ones. But the one on the left is sewn into the dress. So you might want to take some scissors and cut it out. Taking a look at her face, her skin is a little bit of a tan to darker complexion with a bit of a lighter complexion around the side of her right eye and above the left eye. That is in the shape of clouds. I believe it's supposed to represent vitiligo, but I could be wrong about that. Her eyelashes are real. She has green eyes with pink details on the inside. She has rosy red cheeks with rosy red lipstick. That is very, very shiny. Her hair accessory is this hard plastic, kind of bow. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. It kind of looks like fairy wings to me. But it is sewn into the head. So I believe it could be removable if you tried. Taking a look at her outfit, it is a one-piece dress in multiple different colors. They're in the colors that were in her hair. So you have some lilac, some mint green, some indigo, and a little bit of dark purple here and there. It is made of multiple different fabrics. This is a bit softer, while this is a bit more coarse. This is definitely lace, along with some tulle and things like that. It is a little bit crooked on the top. I don't know if that was intentional. I believe it is. But there's a lot of shimmery details going on, and there's a lot of stitching that you can see, and a lot of little hidden details. Like there's a butterfly right there, along with some other butterflies and some clouds on the like waistband of the skirt. She has puffy sleeves that are sewn directly into the dress, so they cannot be removed. And the ending is lace with some little bits of sparkle tulle sewn into it. Her hands and skin also continues the cloud and swirl pattern from her face. And the hands are removable. I did have to remove them to be able to get her out of the box in the easiest way possible. Her outfit kind of reminds me of a mermaid in a way, like if these were fins. But she definitely has a butterfly motif. You can kind of see, well, maybe not well on camera, but on this side, it has like the patterns of a butterfly wing. That's what it looks like underneath all of the tulle. It's definitely sewn in, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to make her sit, but it should be okay. Okay, I ended up removing the hair from the skirt just because it kept getting caught. And it removed pretty decently easy. I just hope I didn't cause any damage. There's some holes where the string was, so I would just be really cautious of those. Moving on to her legs and her feet, you can see that the cloud pattern continues down her legs, and she has these absolutely gorgeous shoes. They are in a lighter green than the mint green, which I think is kind of a choice. I feel like it kind of clashes with everything else because it stands out so much because it's so vibrant. There are some rose detailing along with some vines and thorns, and the heels are a spiral gold pattern that kind of looks like a unicorn horn. They are a soft plastic and they're pretty easy to remove, but this is very flimsy, so I can imagine this breaking. I've broken some rainbow high shoes before just because of how flimsy they are, but at least they're easy to take on and off. So for articulation, she has the standard points of articulation for a doll that would cost $29.99. She can move at the head and neck. She can move at the shoulders, at the elbows. You can see that there is a joint right here. She moves at the wrist, at the hip, but not really well because her skirt kind of constricts that, and the knee, which has these very unique joints that I've been seeing a lot more lately, which causes for a lot more, I guess, posability, and I find that they are a bit stronger. There is no chest articulation, which I thought they would add because it's a bit more of an expensive doll, but even if they did, I wouldn't be able to move it because I can barely move her hips. Like that's as much as I can move her hips. Taking a look at the accessories, the first thing that I found was this pen that is shaped like a flower. I don't know which kind. It kind of reminds me of a buttercup. You can see that it's a pen because the end is pointed. And it has a little way for her to attach it to her finger so she can hold it. It's very bendable. It's very flexible. Now, since we have a pen, we of course have to have a journal, which I assume is her dream journal because it has a moon on the front of it. The journal itself is a light blue with a darker blue crescent moon, but the blue is still a sky blue with 2 layers of pink ribbon on the front. This is all hard plastic, so they're just little embossed details that you can kind of see. I wish it opened and like clicked so you could put stuff inside of it, but unfortunately it's just another piece of hard plastic that does bend a little bit. Next, we have this desaturated purple mask for her to put on for when she wants to go to sleep. And on the front, it says 5 more minutes. That's what it looks like on the doll. It was very tight trying to get it on. And lastly, we have my favorite accessory, which is this purse. That is a translucent sky blue. It is a cloud. It has a purple butterfly on the top, and it has raindrops coming off of the cloud on the bottom that actually move. They're kind of like this soft jelly plastic. And on the top, it has this gold chain. I really like that they used a chain because I feel like it just makes it look so much more high quality. I could be really wrong, but I don't think the purse is supposed to open up. It has a bit of a gap right there, so I tried to open it up, but I feel like if I try any harder, it's gonna break. So correct me in the comments if I'm wrong and if this is supposed to be able to open up. So unfortunately, my final thoughts aren't really cut and dry. I feel like I have a lot of mixed opinions on this. I think the doll itself is beyond gorgeous. I think the attention to detail is amazing. But I don't understand what the age demographic is supposed to be for these dolls. I feel like the quality is above Playline, but a little bit below Collector, which is fine because of the price range being $29.99. I tend to see that companies will throw in accessories to justify the high price, but I would rather no accessories and make it a bit of a lower price. But that's just my opinion. With there being a show on YouTube coming soon, I'm still confused what the age demographic is. I personally would imagine the age demographic for this doll to be 8 to 12-year-olds, but I could be wrong about that. But regardless with how negative it seems like I'm being, I am so happy to have her in my collection. I absolutely love this design. I don't know if I'm going to get any more. I heard they're releasing 3 more later this year. So maybe I'll like those designs and I'll be like, yep, need to buy one of those immediately. But I am very happy with this doll, regardless of how my tone sounds. But that's all I really have to say about this Mirror Me doll. I think this doll line is really going to be quite the success with how much publicity it's been getting lately, for good and for bad. But that's all I have to say about it. Let me know what you think about Mirror Me in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye!